record button. The recording does never records you, only me, unless you unmute your microphone, and then it will record you at that point. So just kind of throwing that out there, FYI. We are getting ready to do our Thursday morning stretch session. So I had mentioned earlier in the email, no equipment needed. How funny, right? And then potentially we might need a strap, right? So if you have a strap or even a band, like a workout band, those tend to work pretty well. But think about grabbing like a yoga strap or a band close by. And then we do have like an elevated child's pose later, or chair pose, or it could just be child's pose on the ground as well. But think about potentially something close by with an elevated surface that we're going to be able to put the hands on. Outside of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute microphones now. And then if you need to check in with me, you can. Let's go ahead and get some nice playlist pulled up on your side of the screen. So via Spotify. Oh, nice. Susan's jumping in with us. Perfect. There she is. Good morning, Susan.
Hi there.
Good morning. We are just getting started. So I was just mentioning to everybody, if you have like yoga strap, or even like a big towel would work, right? Think about kind of maybe using it as a kind of a assisted stretching piece. And then outside of that, just a mat or some carpet. And we are about to get started. And then I guess the last thing, Susan, I was just mentioning to everybody, I went ahead and muted everybody's microphone. So if you need to check in with me, you'll just unmute that microphone, and you and I can have some communication there. And then music, again, if you want some nice relaxing music on your side of the screen, you'll pull up your Spotify account, whether it's on a separate device or maybe on the laptop that you're using, and get a nice yoga flow or yoga instrumental playlist rolling. All right, let's go ahead and get this started. So go ahead and find a spot where I can see you, you can see me. Let's start in a standing position, please. And we're just going to start with some shoulder rolls. So all that means is you're going to inhale, shrug your shoulders up towards the ear, and then on the exhale, you're going to roll those shoulders all the way down and back, and then reset. Big inhale, lift the shoulders, roll them down and back. Good, and I'm going to let you go at your own pace here, but we're starting big shoulder rolls. Good, up towards the ear, round it down and back. Doesn't matter how smooth or choppy they feel right now. Go ahead and switch the direction. So maybe you pull your shoulder blades back behind you, then lift the shoulders, roll those arms in front. For this one, it tends to help if you get your arms involved in it. So big shoulder, almost like a, what is that, the butterfly swim? Yeah, big shoulders, roll it forward. Good, let's do one more roll back, set those shoulders behind you, and then we're gonna go right arm only, circles forward. Good, and reverse. Good, opposite shoulder, back. Might feel a little bit of like popping or clicking in there, both directions. Starting to loosen things up a bit. All right, so think nice, pretty, perfect posture, shoulders down and back. We're gonna do a few neck rolls. So pulling your shoulder blades away from your ears, you're gonna release your neck to your chin, neck to chin. And then you're gonna start to roll out. So you roll your chin over to the right side. So your right ear is reaching down towards your left shoulder. Start to roll it to the opposite side. And then find what you need here as far as pace or range of motion. I kind of like to start to move my chin around, maybe lift the chin, roll it back around, reach in the opposite direction with the hand. That will help as well. Good, side to side. A few more good neck rolls. Good, in 3, 2, 1. Awesome, we're gonna start the rotation at the spine now. So just nice and light. Let those arms just kind of fly next to you. Back foot pivots. Start to pull that air in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. Start to increase that arm swing, right? So those arms are getting bigger. Maybe a little bit more twist on that exhale. Good. In 3, 2, 1. So from here, we're going to go into a hip swing. I like to have something to balance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the fence behind me, but with a single leg, and it doesn't matter which side, you're going to kick the leg out in front with a straight leg and then kick it back behind you, and then really just let it go for a ride. So call that a hip swing. So. Okay, now with that same leg that's moving, we're going to move it left and right. So if I kind of settle myself in the middle, I pull it across the body in front and then out to the side. And in 3, 2, switch sides. So I'll just turn over, opposite leg, hip swings, forward and back. Might feel that hamstring and then hip flexor. Three, 2, over in front and out to the side. Good. Loosen up those hips a little bit. Almost there. 3, 2. Good. Last thing we're going to do here is we're going to actually roll out the ankles. Okay, so what that might look like is I shift all my body weight over onto the left leg, and then you put your toes facing down, just the toes, and you start to roll out that ankle. Helps a little bit more if you have shoes on, because you kind of tend to start to roll the toes out, but it actually feels pretty good thinking about rolling those toes out too. Starts to stretch into the ankle, but we're thinking ankle circles here, and only you really know what that feels like. Good, switch sides. Toe up first and then start to roll. Yep. Opposite direction. If it feels good to curl those toes and push into it, I think that feels good. You can feel that almost all the way into the shin, right? And then roll it out a little bit more. All right, go ahead and kick those legs out. So we are about ready to get into the next 16 minutes of movement, okay? So meet me on the mat. We're gonna start with the cat-cow for an entire minute here. So knees are placed right underneath the hips. Hands are placed directly underneath the shoulders. Good. Take your next inhale, drop the belly button, lift the tailbone, and lift the chin. Good. And then on your exhale, you reverse that by tucking the tailbone, tucking the chin into the chest, and lift that belly button nice and high through your back. And then you're going to flow here at your own pace with an inhale, drop the belly, and exhale, round it out. Good. We're going to be in this cat-cow position for an entire minute. Okay. We are already 30 seconds in. So you're moving at your own pace, really trying to focus on smooth inhales and smooth exhales. Good. Everybody think about giving me one more really big, good rep. And then meet me in a plank position in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're in a plank position. From here, you're going to do a tricep push-up or a chaturanga, and then meet me in an upward-facing dog. So a slow descend, upward-facing dog on the inhale. Good, let's stay here for a second. You're thinking about pulling your shoulders away from your ears, right? Maybe turn the torso to the right, see how that feels. Turn the torso to the left, see how it feels. Back to center, flip the toes, downward facing dog. Ooh, that's tight. Start to bend the knees by pushing one heel down at a time. Good, push both heels down, chest towards the thighs for the next 10 seconds. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, right leg, inhale, right leg high. Pull that right knee in towards the body, set it down in a lunge in front of you. Good. Both hands on the instep, collapse the back foot and knee. So we inhale the right arm high and open. Exhale, twist and try and touch that elbow to the ground. Big inhale, open. Exhale, twist. Good. One more big rep. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. And kick back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, runner's lunge. Collapse the back foot and knee. Hands on the instep. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. Good. Two more of those. Big inhale, open. Exhale, twist. Ooh, this side's a little bit tighter on me. Big inhale, open. Exhale, twist. Awesome. Go ahead and have a seat on your mat. So I'm just going to kind of have a seat, roll myself over in front, and maybe even give you guys a little better view there. Okay. So let's go left leg out in front, right knee is bent. You're going to pull that heel as close to the top of your thigh as you can, right? So it's way up here. It's not down here by the knee, right? So pull that foot all the way above the knee. Good. And then if I have my mat, my foot is facing directly out in front of me. It's not out like to the side, let's say. It's directly out in front. Good. Okay. Inhale, forward fold. Good. Hang out here for a second, see what it feels like. Relax that head, neck, and shoulders. Okay, right arm. Watch my right arm. I'm going to big arm sits right at the base of the spine. Good. Left arm is going to follow. As that arm reaches up, I come up onto my right shin bone and reach towards the back wall. There you go. Yep, beautiful. Slowly come out of it. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, right arm at the base of the spine. Left arm follows up onto the right shin bone and reach. Good, we're going to do one more good rep. Big inhale, fold. Good, exhale it back and reach. Beautiful, switch legs out in front. So this is going to go right leg out in front. Forward fold. Woo, that one's tight. Okay, left arm goes at the base of the spine, right arm follows, and then up onto the left shin bone as you reach, reach, reach. Gently come out of it. Two more reps, forward fold. Ooh, this one's tight. Left arm goes, right follows, and reach, reach, reach. Good, one more. Big inhale. Exhale back. Reach, reach, reach. Awesome, really good job. Go ahead and flip those feet behind you. We're gonna go right into our cat-cow again. So we're here for a full minute. You know what to expect. Really get that breath moving for you. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Inhale, drop the belly button, lift the tailbone and chin. Exhale, reverse. Good, it really helps if your hands are stacked underneath your shoulders here. Good, on the deepest part of that exhale is when you're at the peak right, of that upper back rounding out and lifting, 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 lifting. Good, we still have 20 seconds here. Good, one more big rep. Meet me in a plank position. Feet together behind you. Good, Chaturanga, tricep push-up, upward facing dog. Flip the toes, downward facing dog. Good, shift back to plank, Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down. You have 40 more seconds here to shift the body weight forward to plank. Smooth Chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale. Good, go at your own pace. 20 seconds left here. Plank. Chaturanga. Good, 12 seconds. Meet me in a downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Hands on the instep, collapse the back foot. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, twist. You've got about 3 of these on each side. So nice smooth inhales. Good, deep exhales. One more beautiful big rep. And exhale. Good, downward facing dog. Left leg high. Runner's lunge, hands on the instep, collapse the back foot. Inhale, open. Good, for 3 good breaths. Good, one more big rep. Have a seat, flip those legs over in front. Left leg out in front, right leg is bent. Forward fold over the left leg. Right arm at the base of the spine, left arm follows, right shin bone reach. Good, come out of it. 2 more reps, inhale, fold. Exhale, right at the base, left follows, reach. Beautiful. One more big, good, beautiful rep. And switch sides. Right leg out in front, left leg is bent. Forward fold. Left arm at the base of the spine, right arm follows, shin bone, go. Reach back. Oh yeah, 2 more. Good, last rep here. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, hip extend and reach. Beautiful, go ahead and flip it over. We're going into cat-cow for our 3rd time. Whenever you find good, perfect position, that's when I want you to start your cat. Flip it around. Things are probably starting to loosen up a little bit. You may have a little bit more range of motion in that spine. Beautiful, 15 seconds here. We're gonna go right into that plank, Chaturanga, down dog for an entire minute. All right, so I want you to go at your own pace. In 3, 2, meet me in a plank. Good, strong plank, Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down. I definitely feel more range of motion in my upward facing dog. Right, and then just shift that body weight back to plank, Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. You have 30 seconds here. If it feels good to hang out in downward facing dog and just pedal out the feet, I'm okay with that too. Good, last 10 seconds. Meet me in a down dog. Good, everybody's here. Let's go ahead and inhale, right leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Good, inhale, open. Exhale, close. Good, 3 on each side. Go at your own pace. Smoothly move through this. And switch sides, downward facing dog. Left leg high, swing through, right into it. Big inhale, open. Exhale, close. Woo! Good, go ahead and have a seat. Left leg out in front, right leg is bent. Forward fold. Forward fold over left, meaning the right arm goes to the base of the spine. Up and reach. Good, this is our last time here, so really get these last 3 good reps. Switch sides. Right leg out in front, forward fold. Left arm at the base of the spine. Right arm goes. Good, you have 15 seconds left here to get 3 more reps in. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Beautiful effort. It's a really good time to maybe grab some water, towel off if you need to, kind of shake those shoulders out. I know there was a lot of shoulders involved. Now from here, we're gonna go into some really, really good deep stretching. Okay, so I'm gonna pull my view just a little bit closer now. Okay, really, really good job, everyone. Feeling good, body temperature up. Yep, beautiful. Okay, the best part, learning how to relax into some of these stretches. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a few options here. Using a wall for this stretch is always a great option, is a great place to kind of resort back to. So what this might look like is, I have this fence behind me, you probably have a wall or something close by. Now you will need to pad up. So I may need to like double or triple up my pad here. And then what I'm looking for is the shoelaces, where you would have your shoelaces is gonna go up against the wall, and you're gonna drive that knee down to the ground, right? This foot can kind of come out in front and even out to the side. And that way I'm sitting in an upright position. Let's have everybody find this for me. I was gonna have us do it lying down, but lying down is somewhat uncomfortable. If you would like to do it lying down, we've been here before, but just as a quick reminder, you can do this seated, leg over, and then kind of hang out here, right? So really you have 2 options. But we are starting and holding this position for 2 full minutes. Yep. Okay. So in this position, there's a number of ways you can think about like sitting, right? You can almost put your hands on the instep right here and really think about pushing your hip forward, kind of like that same runner's lunge we just did. Try to slow down that breathing. Ooh, yeah, that one's tight. We're almost halfway. That's the halfway mark. Let's try a different position. So maybe putting your hands on top of the front knee. All right, so maybe one hand or two hands on top of the front knee. And then potentially sitting more upright. All right, so I'm sitting shoulders up and back. I may need to make a little adjustment on that knee underneath me. But now here, if you think about pushing your hip forward and setting your shoulder blades back, it deepens into that quad. We're here for the next 30 seconds. Twenty seconds. Okay, 10 seconds. Let's go ahead and put those hands back down. Maybe creep forward enough to where you can get that foot off the wall. And then we're just gonna switch sides. So I'm gonna kind of move myself over, get the other foot set, leg out in front. And then we will start with both hands on the instep. All right, kind of driving that knee or those hips forward towards the ground. Whew. Whatever feels good here. I kind of start to rock both hips side to side. This front knee, sometimes I'll even push it towards, like push it away from the body. Kind of see what happens there. That's the halfway mark. Let's go ahead and put one hand on top of that front knee, maybe the opposite hand on top of it. And then if you can, sit upright. Ooh, yes. Pushing that hip forward, feeling it all the way down into that quadricep. We have 40 seconds here. After this, I promise we're gonna get some nice, deep, relaxing stretches. Good, almost there. Really push that hip forward. Okay, hands on the instep, however you want to wiggle your way out of that. And then have a seat on your mat or kind of readjust yourself back on the mat. This is where you're going to need the yoga strap or band. Okay. Good, I'm going to lay this way. Okay, so I'm going to start with my left side because I think that's just better for the camera. So wrap your foot, right, around or band mid-foot, right, mid-foot, and then you're going to lie all the way on your back. So I'm going to just kind of creep myself all the way back. Right leg is straight, left foot is sky high, right, and I'm pushing away kind of with that heel. So it should be a flatter foot. You're going to grab fairly high up on the band, right? And then once you're there, you're going to relax the head, neck, and shoulders. And breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. This is a 2-minute interval. Now, what I like to do is I kind of like to start to pull left and right or up and down on the mat or on the strap. And you start to get a little bit of ankle mobility in there by turning the foot in and out. If you have tight IT bands, letting this leg fall across the body, right? So this is also a good place to go if you want to fold that across the body. right? If you like where you're at up top, just stay here. So you'll feel it loosen up a little bit, and you can get more range of motion with every exhale. All right, we still have a full minute here. So anything you need to do to relax the head, neck, and shoulders, close your eyes. And breathe. Always in through the nose and release out through the mouth. Good. If you feel like moving that leg to the left or the right, just to kind of see what it feels like, this is the time to kind of play around with that range of motion. We have about 25 seconds left. I'm just going to kind of move it around. Feel this one out. Good. 15 seconds. We're just going to switch sides. In 3, 2, 1, switch legs. So I'm going right leg next. Straighten the opposite leg on the floor. Grab high up on the band and just settle into this. You may notice one side is tighter than the other. For me, this side is definitely tighter. My imbalances have over time moved from my left hamstring to now my right. Interesting how that works. You think you're doing all this practice by stretching and unilateral work to perfect these imbalances, and then all of a sudden, boom. Still have a full minute 15 here. Whatever feels good here. If you want to turn that ankle or maybe move that leg across the body. We have a full minute here. $40. Slowly start to release and come up out of that. And then make your way up to a seated position, however you want to get there. Next thing we're going to do is a 2-minute child's pose. So really just kind of settling in here. I would suggest an elevated surface for your child's pose. So I guess what that might look like, this is what my child's pose would typically look like. Knees on the outside of the mat, big toes touch together as you sit back on the heels, right? So the arms would be out in front and the head is relaxed here, right? This is a great place to go. Now what I'm saying is elevate the surface where your hands are, right? So I'm gonna go grab a chair or something to place my hands higher. That way I can sink lower into it. Yeah, just like that, Daniel. I like that. I'm gonna grab just a little guy like this. Yeah, perfect. Kind of give us all a minute to get set into that. And then our 2 minutes is starting now. If you need a little extra padding on the mat, you can double up, which I always do. Ooh. A little bit more. Yep, relax the head. Really try to relax your head through the arms. Don't feel like you have to look up for anything. Just close those eyes and focus on breath. Halfway. All right, slowly start to come up out of that. We are going into half pigeon, one of my all-time favorites. So just as a reminder, if you know how to get there, you can make your way to a half pigeon right now, but let me show you real quick. You would start in your downward dog with your leg lift, pull that knee up into the belly button. See how I round out to set that knee really close to the wrist? Collapse the back knee, foot. I'll even push my body towards the back of the mat. All right, so I pushed probably about solid 6 more inches back there. And then down onto the forearms, relax the head, neck, and shoulders. If you have like a good couch pillow or something, this is a really good place to kind of like just throw your head into a pillow and relax. Okay, 2 full minutes on each side. Really try and settle in here. Keep your eyes closed. Keep focusing on your breath. Don't look up for anything. We're almost to the end of this hold. So you're slowly going to open up that neck, come back up onto the forearms, up onto the palms. Make your way back into a downward facing dog. Good. Maybe kick that leg out if you need to get a little bit of blood back in the hip. All right, and then whenever you're ready, opposite leg lift. Pull it all the way through. Good. Reach those last few inches towards the back of the mat. I like kind of scoot the body back and release. Keep those eyes closed. Don't worry about looking up for anything. Just follow my voice. In through the nose. Release on that exhale. Slowly start to lift that head, neck, and shoulders up. Come back up onto the forearms. And then we're actually just going to swing those feet, or those legs around in front. We're going to go into our last pose of the day, which is Savasana. But before we get there, we're going to do one big glute bridge. So you're going to bring your feet close to your butt on the mat. Good. Now lift your hips as high as you can towards the ceiling. Reach, 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 reach. Good. Set those hips down, straighten the legs. Heels are at the outside of the mat. Toes fall towards the outside of the mat. Arms are next to you, palms facing up. Make any small adjustments that you need to be able to relax every muscle in your body. Keep your eyes closed. With every exhale, think about your hips opening and melting closer to the mat underneath you. Release the tension you feel in your low back and belly button. Good. Send that energy up into the chest, collarbone, the shoulders, and neck. Release. Keep those eyes closed. Keep focusing on that breath. You can kind of return back to a normal breathing pattern here. But keep sending, releasing energy from your head all the way down to your toes. Start to wiggle your toes and fingers. Keep your eyes closed. Start to roll out your wrists and ankles. And we're going to reach those arms overhead like a really big good morning stretch. Reach, 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 reach. Big inhale. Relax every muscle in your body on the exhale. A few more big breaths. Keep those eyes closed and roll over onto your right side. Just like you're rolling over in bed, maybe arm overhead, relaxing your head on top of that hand. Few breaths here. Okay, use that left hand to push yourself up to a seated position. Legs, wow. Good, let's take one big inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, roll them down and back. Good. Perfect posture. Hands center. Neck is long. Namaste, friends. Beautiful effort this morning. All right. Hit that stop button.